What is up, everybody? Welcome in Purple and Gold podcast for Monday, February 16th. Tiger baseball team sweeps Milwaukee yesterday, an outburst and a 21-7 victory. We're going to talk about that game, and we're going to talk about the weekend as a whole. I have some thoughts on LSU's pitching staff as a whole that I would like to get to. Like and subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. It really helps out the channel and it helps the channel grow. If you're following or watching on social media, please comment, please interact. Follow me on Twitter X at RobG1124. As we said, Tigers finish off a sweep of Milwaukee 21-7. Jake Brown, 2 homers. Trent Caraway, a big day. 5 more RBIs. And we will get to all of that here on the show. William Schmidt started the game. And look, this was a typical William Schmidt outing. He had 9 strikeouts, but it took him 91 pitches to get through 4 innings. He gave up 3 runs. He walked a couple of guys. He hit a batter. It just needs to be more consistent. When he's got it, he's got it. And certainly this is somewhat encouraging in the sense that I think you will continue to see him in the rotation, and I believe you will see him next Sunday. I don't think there will be any changes. I think you'll see Case and Evans on Friday, Cooper Moore on Saturday, and William Schmidt on Sunday. Cooper Moore, when he left the game on Saturday, did have some blood on his pants. He said after the game he had a little bit of a cut on his finger. Let's hope that that's what that was and that it wasn't a blister or that it wasn't something that would prevent him from making his start next weekend. But I think barring health on all 3 guys, that would be the only thing that would change. It was good to see Devin Sharon come out of the bullpen. I talked about him in the preseason. One of my bold predictions was that he would be a cult favorite, and he had all the looks of it. 2 strikeouts, throwing 99. He's all fired up, even though LSU's up 11 runs. It was not a great performance by Santiago Garcia in his LSU debut. A third of an inning. He gave up 3 runs. He came into the game when it was 17-3. Sometimes it's hard to come into those situations. I would imagine better days ahead for Santiago Garcia. It'll be interesting to see when Jay Johnson elects to get him back out there. Obviously, I don't think you'll see him tonight against Kent State, but I wonder if you might see him on Wednesday against Nichols just to try to get the good vibes back going. LSU struck out a program record 49 batters for a 3-game weekend series. They did only walk 8 people. They only committed 1 error. It was yesterday. I thought the lineup was interesting yesterday. So Chris Stanfield sat out, a little bit of a sore and swollen hand. My guess is that's nothing. They just wanted to give him a day and see some other folks. And what you saw was John Pearson started at third base, which was interesting. Trent Caraway started at second, and Braden Simpson started in left field, trying to add to his versatility, and they can keep his right-handed bat in the lineup. Seth Dardar, again, pinch hit, came in, played third base, played second base, hit another home run. I don't want to make any bold declarative statements about any pitching or position roles or battles after 3 games, but Seth Dardar is probably going to eventually be, if not LSU's second baseman, maybe their third baseman, but he's going to play, I would imagine, in the Lions' share of these games as a left-hand batter, even if he does not start, which he did not on Saturday and Sunday, but still came in and played. Tanner Reeves only got 3 at-bats all weekend. That was interesting. I wonder if Jack Ruckert's defense and his ability to replace people at the end of games as the defensive second baseman, I wonder if that's cutting into the at-bats and the playing time that we thought Tanner Reeves might get. It'll be interesting to see what Jay does tonight, because Kent State swept Southeastern Louisiana. Anybody who knows college baseball in this part of the state knows Southeastern's a very good program. Kent State went to Hammond, America, scored 3 victories against Southeastern, put up big run totals in a couple of those games. And so they will come in here tonight with absolutely nothing to lose. LSU, I assume, will start Jaden Newt. That has not been announced. That is my thought process. I think you'll see Newt. You have not seen DJ Primo. You have not seen Carson Benj. You have not seen Danny Lackenmeyer. You have not seen Reagan Ricken. I would assume all of those guys would be in play for tonight. I don't necessarily know if anybody would come back from Saturday or Sunday, so that would leave you with the folks who pitched on Friday. So could you see Gavin Guidry on 2 days rest? Could you see Cooper Williams on 2 days rest? He did throw 50-something pitches. My guess is they would try to stay away from that. So it'll be interesting to see how LSU goes about closing the game. Grant Fontenot pitched on Saturday. He only got 1 out. He pitched at the end of the game. Could you see him tonight in the 9th inning if there was a closing situation? Maybe. It'll be interesting to see, who they want to bring back, or if they just want to pitch guys tonight who haven't pitched yet this season. All in all, a tremendous weekend, I think, for LSU. And you look at around the country, there were some teams who made some very loud statements. There were some teams who lost games. That kind of stuff is going to happen. And certainly there were teams playing in tournaments and teams challenging themselves against a higher level of competition than what LSU did. One of LSU's opponents, their opponent on Friday, Indiana, went to North Carolina and lost all 3 games. So, Nichols, who LSU is going to play on Wednesday, got swept at Tennessee. So this is still an opportunity for LSU early in the season to mix, match, play people, and that is what Jay Johnson did all weekend, and that is what I expect he will continue to do tonight and Wednesday and on into next weekend. Kind of a big start tonight for Jaden Newt. I think a lot of people who saw him in the fall and saw him in the preseason and saw him down the stretch last year in the SEC tournament and in the NCAA tournament and in the College World Series really think he is coming on. I do too. It'll be interesting to see if he could give LSU 3 or 4 good innings tonight against a good Kent State team. Around the other parts of LSU athletics, it was not a great weekend for the LSU softball team in Clearwater, Florida. They went 1-4 over the weekend, dropping their overall record to 7-5. They've got some problems in the circle, and they just didn't hit the ball very well with any kind of consistency. They did play 5 pretty tough teams, but that might be big trouble for Beth Tarina and the LSU Tigers when they get deeper into the schedule and in SEC play. That this weekend will raise some eyebrows, I think, for the people who follow that team, and really, I don't want to say that the pressure is on Beth Tarina, but I think they haven't been to the Women's College World Series since 2017, and certainly there's a lot of angst after a 1-4 weekend. The Lady Tiger basketball team dropped from 6th to 7th after losing the game at home against South Carolina. Not a huge deal there. And LSU did announce this morning on social media something that had been known for a while but became official today. Woodside Energy will have their logo as the first logo patch on all of LSU's jerseys starting in the fall of 2026. All of the LSU teams, golf, gymnastics, softball, baseball, football, men's and women's basketball, they all put out renderings not renderings, of pictures of what this will look like on social media. The Woodside Energy purple will have a purple and gold, uh, obviously, layout and design. And so that is an important revenue stream that the NCAA is now allowing for. And I know this is going to cause a lot of angst against or among some maybe older generations of fans. This is not your college sports. This is not your college football, but this is a big time revenue stream, and it's something that the NCAA allows now, and it's something that LSU took advantage of. LSU and Kent State tonight at 6 o'clock. We'll be back tomorrow to recap it. As always, be good to one another. If you're going out to Lundy Gras, be safe, and always, always, always go Tigers.